Hey guys, welcome back again to Playwright with Java Automation Testing Session 36. In today's session, you will learn how to create scalable test using Playwright, Java, TestNG and Page Object Model. So this is the part 1 of the Page Object Model design pattern. We'll be creating multiple sessions on the top of that so that you can have the complete familiarity with the Page Object Model implementation using Playwright, Java and TestNG. So as of now, you already learn about Playwright Java, and we also tried to implement TestNG, tried to implement JUnit, but JUnit and TestNG are the inbuilt framework. But still in the broader range, I want to organize my code in a better way or the page level. So I need to implement the page object model or page factory model design pattern so that I can reuse those code multiple times and I can organize them very proper way so that it will reduce my overall rework effort, and in case any changes is there, right, I can easily do it, and overall it will reduce the overall maintenance effort as well for the framework. So page object model or POM is a design pattern that create a repository of objects such as button, input field, checkbox, images, radio button, link, table, etc. The main objective using POM or page object model in Playwright is to reduce code duplication and improve the maintenance of test in the future. User will create a class file for each web page using page object model. This class file consists of different web elements present on the web page. Moreover, the test script then use this element to perform different action. Since each page web element are in separate class file, the code becomes easy to maintain and reduce code duplicity. What are the primary advantage POM or the page object model design pattern is having? It helps with easy maintenance. POM is useful when there is a change in the UI element or there is a change in any action. An example would be if drop down menu is changed to a radio button. In this case, page object model helps to identify the page or screen to be modified. As every screen will have different Java files, this identification is necessary to make the required changes in the right file. This makes test case easy to maintain and reduce the error. Helps with reusing code. By using POM or page object model, user can use the test case for any one screen and reuse it another test case. There is no need to write code, thus it will save time and effort both. Readability and reliability of the script. When all screens have independent Java files, one can easily identify actions that will be performed on a particular screen by navigating through the Java file. If a change must be made to a certain section of code, it can be efficiently done without affecting other files. So now we'll see the implementation of page object model design pattern using Java, Playwright and TestNG from the scratch. So what are the preconditions required for that? Definitely you would require Java any version beyond 1.11, right? So you need to install that Java from the oracle.com site. Okay, and after installation is done, you need to set the Java home and path variable. So you can go the Oracle site, create an account, right? And after that you can set the Java home and path variable. If you are not aware of this stuff, you can go to the previous video and you can do the needful. After that, we would require any kind of ID or integrated data environment. It can be Eclipse, IntelliJ, anything. So you can go to the official Eclipse site and you can download it. Once downloaded successfully, you can create a workspace, and after your Eclipse will be ready to use. Then you require the Playwright Java library, which you can get it from the Maven repository, and you require the TestNG library, which you can install from the Eclipse marketplace and associate to the Maven project. Now let's try to create. As we already have the Java setup, we already have the Eclipse. So after opening the Eclipse, what we can do, we can simply try to create a Maven project. Okay, so you can select that options after opening the Eclipse. Okay, in the first time you will not able to see any project, but I already created a lot of projects, so I am able to see all these projects in the project explorer section. Otherwise, after successful installation of the Eclipse, you can set the workspace, and in that workspace you can open the Eclipse again, and after that you can click on file, new and Maven project. Or if it is not coming Maven project, you can click on others and here type something called Maven, and you would be able to see the Maven project. You can click on next, right? You could click on the checkbox, create a simple project, skip archetype selection. You can give on the next, click on the next button. So what you required, right? You need to give the group ID and artifact ID of the Maven project. So group ID is nothing, but it is like the project group. Generally, it is unique among an organization. It can be your organization classifier, your own business classifier, or customer classifier. And artifact ID is nothing, the actual project name. So here group ID, I can give something called Haradhan automation library. So I can understand that's all are created by me because this is my YouTube channel name. And artifact ID, I can give something called Playwright Java TestNG page object model framework. Right, that is the stuff I can give it. Okay, Playwright Java TestNG page object model framework. We are trying to create a framework with the help of the page object model design pattern using Playwright Java and TestNG. I can click on simply finish. So it will take a couple of second time to create the project. So what we need to do after the project is created, we need to add that Playwright Java dependency, right? First thing. So let's create the project. So you could see this project got created, Playwright Java TestNG TestNG page object model framework. You can expand this project. You will able to see like couple of folder like src main Java, src main resources, src test Java, src test resources, and right, these are the Java library already added here. And you are able to see the pom.xml file, which is nothing but the project object model.xml file. If you open the XML file, and before the project you can add a tag called dependencies, right? And where you can add multiple dependencies. So now what is required to start with that, I need to add some dependency called Playwright Java. So I can go to the Maven official site. Okay, this is the Maven repository.com. I can simply type with Playwright Java. Okay, you could able to see Playwright Java. If you give Playwright main library, you can get it, and you can go for any latest versions. Like this is the latest version available, so I can go with that as well, or I can go with that 1.52.0. So once you click on that option, you will able to see a lot of dependency. Especially I am creating the Maven project, so I need to copy and that paste that dependency under the dependency section. So that's the simple thing. Save it so that all the relevant Playwright Java dependency will be added to your project. Okay, so it will take some couple of minutes time. You could see this building workspace 73% done. So once it is completed, you will be able to see like something called Maven dependency should be added to your project. Okay, it will take couple of seconds of time. So once it is added, you can refresh the project. Because in Maven there are three different type of central repository available. One is local repository, one is like central repository, one is like called remote repository. So it will first, whenever you are adding the dependency, it will try to check with your local.m2 folder. In case that particular dependency jar file available, so it will download directly from the locally. Otherwise, it will go to the Maven central repository, you will try to download from there, and it will also sync with the local repository. And your remote repository is nothing but like something your organization or you want to create some custom library or like dependency, you can add it and it will be downloaded there. Definitely you should be in your organization or customer network to download all this stuff. Now you could see there is a Maven dependency folder, like that particular folder got added, and here you could see all the Playwright related dependency with nothing version 1.52.0.jar file. All the jar files should be added. If you expand all those jar files, you are able to see the different packages. In those different packages, you'll be able to see different right class, and in those class, right, you'll be able to see different interfaces. Okay, I signifies interfaces. Okay, and in right in the interfaces of the class, you'll be able to see different methods with the return type as well. Okay, so that is the way dependency will help. In the dependency, there will be a lot of packages, and in the packages there will be class or interfaces, and from this class or interfaces you will be able to call those relevant method to like interact with the different web page element. Now what you need to do, you need to add TestNG as well. Okay, so what you need to do, it is one time activity, you need to add in your Eclipse only. Okay, you can go to the help and you can go to the right Eclipse marketplace, and here in the search button you can search with TestNG. After that you can hit enter, so that like TestNG will be available. You can install it. It's already installed. You could able to see in the install section. So it will take again couple of seconds of time. You can search with something called TestNG and you can hit enter. You could see you will able to see these options. It is already installed, so it is installed there. So now I no need to do it. Otherwise you can simply install it, and then what you can do, and you can restart your Eclipse. That's all. It is only one time activity. Once your TestNG library is installed, then what you need to do, from TestNG library will be available in the Eclipse marketplace. After that, TestNG library you need to associate to the Maven project whatever you created. So what I will do, I will right click here to the project, and I will go to the property sections, and I will go to the Java build path, and it's a library, right? I need to click on add library, and I need to select the TestNG. I need to click on next, and I need to click on finish. I need to click on apply and close. Now you could see like TestNG is added here, right? What is the latest versions available? TestNG is added here with latest version. So like I already created the Java project, so Java is already added here. All the Java jar file, Maven and TestNG also associated to the project. Okay, so now this basic setup is done. Now what we will do, suppose say I need to automate this project, this particular website. Like so I need to enter some username and I need to enter some password. I need to simply click on the login button, and definitely that will go to the, either it will give you error or it will go to the successful. So similarly here you could see here given something called admin. Okay, it is given already. So admin I am giving, and I am giving password called admin123, and if I click on login button, right, so it will be success and it will go to the home page, orange HRM. So that is the stuff I want to automate now using page object model. Okay, so what I need to do as part of first step, so I need to create the folder structure properly. So what are the two important folder will be using in the page object model is called src main java and src test java, where we'll be creating the multiple packages. So first I'll go to the src main java. Okay, and I'll create a package called com.training.base. I'll create a package, right click new and click on package. So I can give the package name called com.training.base. Now you can click on finish. Okay, and in the package, right, what you can do, you can create a class, new normal class. No need to select any Java class here. And what are the name, you can give something called browser factory, so that you can try to set up all the browser whatever way you want to operate. Okay, it is already created. Now what I need to do, I need to create all the variables for Playwright, browser context and page interface. So I'll be creating called public static, so that it will be accessible globally. So what I'll do, I will try to create the global variable called public static Playwright. I can create a object or instance for this interface called Playwright. Okay, I need to import that Playwright from that com.microsoft.playwright, because this is coming from the Java Playwright dependency or the relevant jar file. Similarly, I can create some object for other interface as well. I need to do for browsers interface. So browser, I can create something called browser variable or object. Then I can create something called browser context. This is the interface. I can create something called context. This is the variable, and this is the page interface. I can create something called page object. It's globally. So I need to import the relevant browsers also from the com.microsoft.playwright. I need to import that browser context as well. I need to import the relevant thing called the page as well. Now what I will do, I will try to create a method. Okay, so public get page. Simply this is the that is the way I need to create the method. Okay, so definitely it is error because I need to give some return type. So we'll give the return type later, and before giving the return type, I'll be using the parameters, where I can pass the parameter, and those parameter later I can implement in the testng.xml file. So I'll call the parameters, Okay, here I can give some parameters called first bracket, then multiple parameter I can use. So I can give double bracket again, something called application URL. Then I can end with that colon, and I can give some comma again called browser type. Okay, I will end, and I will end the second bracket. Now I need to import the parameters which will be coming from the org.testng.annotations, because parameters is an option coming from the org.test.annotations. Here you need to give the again another double quote, so error message gone. Now I will try to use all the different browser type where I need to execute the stuff. So I can use simple switch statement. First I will create a whatever declared right playwright object. I will try to map it playwright equal to new, sorry, playwright dot create. That is the way we used to create the object, for instance. This is the playwright interface dot create. Okay, return type is playwright. So I already created the global variable. Now it is problem gone. Now what I'll be doing, I'll be creating a switch statement where I'll be providing that browser type. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to give that all the stuff for all the browser like Chrome browser, Edge browser, Chromium browser, Firefox, and WebKit. These are the 5 default browsers available, right, which will support Playwright. So I can give something called Chrome case. Okay, case. Then I can give something called Chrome, because these are string, so I need to give that string format Chrome, then colon. Okay, then what I am doing, whatever browser variable I've created, right, whatever playwright variable I've created with that option, so what I can do, dot playwright dot chromium. Okay, then what I need to do, launch dot launch. Here I can give something called new browser type dot launch options dot set channel. Okay, here you can give that browser name within the double quote, because it is a Chrome, so I want to give Chrome. Then what I want to do, I want to make it set headless equal to false, because so that I can able to execute, able to see the execution. Okay, otherwise you will not able to see the execution. Okay, and it will be definitely, it will be giving me the variable called browser, so I'll be storing in here browser equal to this. Okay, so that is done. Similar way I can try to go for the other one. Okay, so 5 browser is there, and last will go the default one. Now instead of Chrome, if I go on to Edge browser, this is the variable name, you can change it anything, but these are the stuff, it will be fixed. So browser playwright.chromium, and because Chrome Edge also available in the Chromium also, here you need to give something called ms Edge. Okay, then if you want to go for Chromium, these are the variable, you can change it later, playwright.chromium dot launch new browser type launch options. You don't need to set anything, because this is the Chromium browser by default, so that will work. Now I can go with some other browser called Firefox. Okay, so what you need to do, playwright dot, here you need to type Firefox. Okay, then launch new browser type, and this is not required. Okay, so similarly if you go for other one, the last one is the WebKit. Okay, so I can give something called WebKit browser, where what I can give, so playwright dot WebKit. Okay, dot launch new browser type launch option set headless equal to false. And last, everything I want to break it, right, because in case something is matching, I want to break. Okay, Okay, so the break statement I can add after every case. Now at the last I can make it default. So that is the syntax for switch statement. So where I can try to generate some custom exceptions. So I will be using throw keyword equal to new say illegal argument exception. Okay, that is the stuff I can generate, and here I can give something called uh, uh, error also. Please provide a valid browser name, and I can give again bracket. Here I can give something called either Chrome comma Edge based on the sequence I've given, Chromium, Firefox, or WebKit. So this is the 5 only browser will be supported. Then I can end that bracket again. Okay, and I can end like this one. Okay, this is the default, and then I need to end with colon. Okay, and end with colon. Okay, you could see after default you no need to give anything break. So I already created the Playwright instance now. Now in that option, right, I need to go through the like till page. So what thing I already created, I already created the till browser. Now I need to go to the context, right? So I'll be using that after this switch statement completed. I'll be using that context variable equal to new will be again context equal to browser dot new context, browser variable dot new context. Okay, then what I'll be doing now, context variable already created, I can call that call page. So return type will be page only, right? New page. Okay, so return type will be page. I can whatever variable I've created globally for the page, I can store it here. After that I can go call that page variable. I can call navigate method, right? And where I can give the URL. What is the URL I've given? Variable I've given. I can simply call that variable application URL, because I want to navigate to this particular URL. So no need to give any code, right? Because already declared the variable. Now what? I'm navigating to the URL. So what is return type? Return type, I am returning a page variable. So that is the return type. Okay. So page dot navigate application URL. What is the error? Create a local variable. Page dot navigate. We need to give the URL value here. So what is the URL value here? URL value is application URL. And now what I'm returning page. So let's check it to page, returning page. So let's change it to page here. Okay, because that is the page. Now I want to pass the parameter. What I am actually passing, right? So that is the thing I need to pass it. So string, I can give the same thing as application URL here. There is no problem at all. And comma, again string browser type. That is fine. Perfectly fine. Now it should work. Okay, let's see what's the problem still having. Yeah, this is done. I'm returning public page, get page. Okay, return type will be page only, returning page. Source format. So let's see what's the problem here. Okay, it is perfectly fine. Okay, is the method name called getPhrase string application URL comma string browser type. Now with the help of this switch browser type, whatever I am passing, I am trying to go for Chromium. I am breaking the statement. I am going to Edge, Chromium, Firefox, WebKit, and default also. I am giving everything, and I am going to the context. Browser dot new context. I am going to the page. Context dot new page. Dot page dot navigate application URL returning the page. Okay, I think there is another bracket entered. Let's see what is the problem happening here. Yes. Yeah, whatever is created. Okay, we are creating a class. We are defining this global variable. We are defining the playwright. All are coming from here, and parameters is coming from the TestNG. In the first bracket, second bracket, I am giving application URL, comma, browser type. That is perfectly fine. I am giving something called page. The method name is called getPage and string application URL, string browser type. That is fine. Playwright. Playwright.create switch. I'm giving browser type, and then I can have that bracket starting with that switch case statement. Okay, case Chrome, all this stuff is happening. Okay, and then whatever switch case I am using, I can close it here. Okay, then I need to another second bracket. Okay, still error is coming. Let's check. This is the public class, and this is the method called public. Okay, we need to change that page, right? com.microsoft.playwright. Okay, so that is the thing was coming. So now you could see error message gone. Okay, because I think we did not imported that page, might be. Okay, so now it's gone. So it's fine, perfectly fine now. I have already written the browser factory class file where I am can initiate any kind of browsers, and I can pass that browser type value in the testng.xml file as part of our parameters. Now what we will do, I will try to create, I can create a base class before as well, or I can create the base class after that as well, after creating other pages. In case I'm creating the base class next after creating that page factory, I can do it, so that I need to add that all the classes whatever I'm creating there, I can need to create the instant. So what I will do, instead of creating the base class as of now here, but in the real time after that you need to create the base class after creating the browser factory. So we'll create another package in the src main java folder called com.training.pages. Here we'll be creating another package called com.training.pages. Okay, where we'll be creating all the pages along with all the base class as well. So first, what I'll be doing, I want to just add that value, identify this element, username, password. I want to click on the login button. So this is the step. I can just simply add it. So I'll be creating a class here. So what is the class name I can give? So what is my URL? URL is nothing but the orange HRM. This is the page name, right? So I can give something called orange HRM, and then I can give that called this is the login page, right? So I can give that name called login page, so that later point of time I can easily identify the class name itself, and I can easily identify what is the objective of this particular class. Okay, so this is the way I have done. Now I'll define a global variable page called page. Okay, so I need to import it again from that microsoft.com.microsoft.playwright. Then what I'll do, I'll create a constructor here. Okay, simply constructor, where I'll be passing that page as a page, and I will try to map this one. Okay, this dot page equal to page. So that is the way you need to do always, so that this page and this page will map it, right? Whatever variable you are passing and this variable should match it. Then what I will do, I will try to create some private variable for this locator. Okay, let's try to identify all the locator here. Okay, let's try to create XPath or CSS or any kind of other locator which is supported by Playwright. You can do it also. Let's right click and let's click on the inspect button, and for the username field, right, three field will be right now interacting. Later point we can interact with the other field also. So you could see there's in username name equal to username field, or placeholder is there. I can identify the placeholder as well. Okay, or I can create XPath or CSS. So what is the tag name? Input. So I'll try to create a CSS input tag and name equal to this. Press Ctrl F, give input, third bracket, name equal to the value, and end with third. You could see one out of one element is being displayed, right? So what I can do, I can create a private variable, private, this is the string, say user name text. I can give something called CSS, because we are identifying the CSS equal to within the code this value, right? Okay, similarly what I can do, I can create the other variable username string. Instead of username I'll be password, so I can create something called password. This also text field I can identify with the CSS. Then what is the login button, right? I can change it to login button. Whatever way I can try to identify with the CSS XPath anything. Let's try to go for the password. So here what is the type name equal to password is there, so name field is there. You can simply change it here, so you could see it is coming, right? So I can identify that CSS with this particular stuff. Now for the other field I can try to create with some XPath as well. Okay, so let's go for the XPath for the login field. What is the button name? Okay, and there's a type equal to submit. So what is the tag name? Button name slash slash button, give third bracket, at the rate type equal to. Okay, so what is the type? Okay, let's see. Type equal to submit, butt. Okay, you need to give another t. You could see one element being displayed. That is the way I can create XPath as well. So I can change the variable name called XPath. Okay, and I can give that XPath. So this is the way I have identified the locator, right? Either CSS or XPath. This is the way globally I have defined it at the class level. Now I can try to create a method simply. Public, I will not give the return type here, and login. Okay, login page. Okay, login method name. No need to give page. So in case I want to go for login, you need to give the username and password and to click on the login button. So here I can pass some string, right? That user name comma string password. This is the variable I need to pass. Actually I am not giving the return type here. Now what I'll be doing, I'll be calling that page object dot locators, because I can give that locator whatever I have given, right? So I can give something this locator. Okay, as this locator I've identified, now it's a text field. So what I need to do, I need to call the method called fill, and where I can pass it username field, whatever I'm trying to pass it here. Similarly, okay, what I can do, other locator for the password text CSS, I can give it and I can pass the variable called password, right? Again I can go for the other locator page dot locator. Okay, what is the other locator? Login button. Okay, this is the sub, and it's the link or hyperlink. I can simply click dot click method, you can call it. Okay, dot click. Okay, so now you could see we are doing the operations, right? So we are entering the value for username, password, and clicking. So it is not display anything. So return type will be void simply here. In case returning something, you can just give return type accordingly, because that can be changed at a point in time. You can update this thing also based on our requirement, or you can create a new method, similar method also. So this part is done for now. Okay, just I want to just give the username password correctly. I want to click the login button, so it will be successful. That's all. So once it is successful, it will be going to the page, right? Admin, and give password admin123 admin123 and click on login button, so it is going to the home page simply. And in the home page, right, you could see what is the home page. The URL, or sorry, title is coming as orange agent, so that's what I want to validate it. Okay, so now once my page is done, so in the same packages, what I can do, I can try to create a base class which is very relevant, where I will add all my before class, after class test. Okay, so base test class, that is the thing. I can no need to select public static void main method because we are using TestNG already. So what I'll be doing, I'll be defining here all the stuff here. Okay, so I can define something called protected page, called page variable. Okay, so I need to import that page again from the com.microsoft.playwright, and whatever class I already created, right, this one I will create a protected class here, protected object, protected, this called, not this one, this is the class name. What is the variable name I can give? Called login page. This is the variable I can create globally. Then whatever other class also created, right, browser factory, where I am initiating all the browser, trying to set up all the browser configuration. So again I can create something called normally without protected, just kind of uh, factory or browser factory you can give it. Okay, this is the way these three class already created. So I need to import it because it is coming from the other class. So I need to import the browser factory which is coming from the com.training.base packages. So now all green, there is no error. Now what I'll be doing, I'll be implementing before class, so that those part before class and after class will be executed. Okay, for every class level, I can create some method called public void setup method and tear down method. That is the part we need to do always. So we need to import the before class. Yeah, before class, what we will do, we will be using the again passing the parameter, same parameter whatever we have written here. So this parameter I can again pass it. Okay, so that way it will match it with the before class one. And here I am creating a method for public setup where I can pass again string. I can change the variable name, instead of application URL I can change it to app URL. Okay, then again another string, instead of browser type I can give something called b type. Hey, that is fine. Or browser type. Okay, I can give something called br type, that is still fine. Then what I will be doing, whatever object already created for the factory, right, I will try to create browser factory called new factory, but factory already object created, so I'll be using called new browser factory. That is the first step I'll be doing. So it's green now. Then in that factory, what is the method there called get page, right? I'm calling that one. What is the return type? Return type is page, right? So I'll be giving some app URL and br type based on the variable I'm passing. This also need to match. So I'll be saving in some page variable. Return type is page. Okay, now I'll end with colon. Now what I'll do, again I will try to create a object here for this one. So login page equal to new this part equal to new HRM orange login page. So that is the way I need to create the object, but as already defined, so I'm not using that one. I need to again import it here. Okay, with the page part, because I'm already created a constructor here, so I need to pass that page. You could see here because we already created a constructor, right? So we need to pass that page reference. Okay, now what we need to do, this is already done. So this three part already done. Now we'll be creating a stuff called after class. Okay, before class is done, it will be creating the till the page part. It will launch that page. Okay, I'll be creating something called after class. After class, where again similar way I'll be creating a method called public void tr down. I need to import that after class from the org.testng.annotations. Here I will be closing the context and page, right? So we'll be using the page object reference dot context dot browser dot close. So I'll be closing the context and the browser every class level. So that part is done. Okay, now three important part I already done. I have set up the everything for the browser factory, where I am creating all the global variable for Playwright, browser context, and page interfaces. I am trying to parameterize with the application URL and browser type, and for every browser type, I am trying to invoke the browsers, right, for Chrome, Edge, Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit. And in case this browser is not a match, I will try to give a default illegal argument exception as part of my new exceptions. And I'm also going to the context and creating the page which is returning. So I will be going to the page, right? Now I'm also creating that base class, where I am using that before class, after class. So before class also similar way, I'll be coming to the page and also going to the page level for that respective part. And here I am creating a constructor, right? And then I am creating all the variables with the locators, and I'm creating a method so for interacting with the login email and password field and clicking on the login button, sign in, whatever login button is there. So this part is done. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to we need to another package where we'll be keeping all our test cases. So definitely this should be in another package, and we can use that src test java folder, okay, to create our test cases. So what we can do, we can create some another package into the src test java folder, and what we package, we can give it name called com.training.testcase. So com.training.testcases, this is the package name we can give it. Here we can create a class, simply class, okay, and we can give the class name called playwright test. Playwright test, and you can give anything, right, relevant page name as well. That is the way I can give it something. I will not selecting public static void main method. What I will do, first I need to extend the base class. So what is the base class? I need to extend it, so everything will be implemented here automatically, so that we don't need to create separate object for all the other important stuff. So we need to implement, right, import the base class from the com.training pages, so that automatically whatever is there in the base class, right, all the details will be automatically, I can directly call it, all the object for the factory page and login page, I can use it. Now you already know in the test case, in the TestNG, in case you want to execute any test cases, so definitely you need to use @test annotation. So that will be considered as a test cases. And in case you are having multiple test cases and you want to give some priority execution, you can set some priority as well. So right now I'll be one test case, so I can give some priority so that you can easily understand it. Okay, and then what is the stuff you can give? You can give some method name called public void, because this is the end test case, so you can return type will be void also. Verify title on successful login. So this is the stuff I can give it. Method name, verify title on successful login, because login will be successful. That is the reason I want to create the method, right? So you can import that test at the rest from the org.testng annotations. Now what you can do, here, you can call that login, because in the login page, right, the methods available. Okay, this is the orange like hrm login page, and we have, for this page we have created a object called orange login page, and this where we will be having this method called login. So what we'll be doing, we'll simply calling that object and we'll call that login method, where we can pass that username and password. So what is the username? It's admin, and what is the password? Is admin 123. using which we will be able to see the successfulness. After that, once login is successful, what we can do, we can see that title is matching with orange HRM. So what we can do, I can use assert class from the TestNG dot assert equal. What we can do, we can give something called actual value is nothing called page dot URL, which will be coming actually. And what is the expected one? Expected one is orange CRM, right? This is the orange HRM. This is the title. Okay, so that is the way I can try to map it. Now it's my done, but I cannot run it from this class level because we have tried to do parameterization na? So we need to use that testng.xml file. So what I need to do, I need to create a testng.xml file. So best approach is that we can convert the whole project to testng. So what you can do, you can select the whole project and you can right click on testng, convert to testng, and here you can give that suit name or other stuff, or you can simply click on the finish. Later we can change it. Okay, so now it got changed. I can go to the testng.xml file. Okay, now what I can do, I can change the suit name if required. So Playwright Java POM suit. Okay, Playwright Java TestNG POM suit. That is the suit name I can give it. Similarly, test name also I can change it like that. Playwright Java TestNG test. Now what we are trying to execute, this is the class I want to execute, right? Playwright test only, where my actual test case is residing. So what we need to do, this will be suit tag, then test tags, where you need to have the name, and under the classes tag you can have multiple test cases, but those test cases should be your actual test cases. Okay, now what you need to still add it, because we are trying to do the parameterization, right? What parameter value? Application URL and browser type, we need to do it. So we need to add this parameter after the suit level, or at the test level as well you can use it. So what is the way you can do? Called parameter. Okay, and name, what is the name of the parameter? Equal to application URL, right? This is the first parameter, application URL. And here you need to give something called value, equal to, within the double quote you can give the value. What is the actual value you need to give it? You can log out. After that you can get the actual value. So this is the stuff I want to give it. Okay, then you need to uh, end that parameter, right? Okay, value you have given. After that you need to end the parameter. So you can end that option and automatically parameter will be closing, right? Now you can add another parameters. What is the another parameter? Another parameter is your browser type. Okay, so you can give it browser type. What value you can give based on the stuff? Suppose what is the stuff it will handle? It will handle me either Chrome, Edge, Chromium, Firefox, WebKit, right? This is the 5 browser: Chrome, Edge, Chromium, Firefox, or WebKit. So I can give anything called Chrome. I can use the Chrome. So you can change it anything, like, and after that you can, but this method will not change. So this will be whatever case you are giving, based on that it will be executing, right? So I can give it to Chrome here. Let's give it Chrome here, actual parameter value. Let's save the code. Now you can try to execute the code with the help of that TestNG suite. So if you right click here, you'll be getting the option called TestNG suite, because we are using testng.xml file to run it. So let's try to run it. So it will run the test cases in the Chrome browser. It will open the Chrome browsers. It will load the page for the orange HRM login page. It will enter the value. It is trying to download some Chromium. Every project it will try to download the Chromium for the first time. Okay, in case you are creating a new project. So you no need to worry about that, because every new project it will try to download the Chromium instance, and after that it will open the relevant browsers accordingly. You don't need to worry about that. It will take some time. Every new project it will try to do it. In case your existing project you are working, it will not again try to download it. But whenever creating new project, every time it will try to download all the Chromium and other relevant instances, whatever is required to start opening the browser. Okay. So after everything done, it will open that Chrome browsers. Okay, it is downloading all the browser relevant details, latest browsers, because you no need to give anything, right? It will try to always execute using your relevant browser, latest browser. It might take couple of seconds time. So it is trying to download all the relevant browser like WebKit, Firefox, Chromium, everything one by one. So again, I told it is a project level activity. Only one time, first time, whenever you will trying to run, it will download all the relevant browser, latest browser. Now you could see it is Chrome browser open. It is loading that open source. It is entering admin, and after that it is also validating. Okay. So what is the error coming? Okay, there is a assertion failure. Let's copy that error. Okay, or here you can come here. Assertion failure is coming. You can copy it and you can paste it in the notepad. What is the error coming? Okay, what is the error coming? Okay, orange expected. Okay, I have given something, might be my mistakenly given something called URL. Okay, here it should be title, right? Instead of URL, it should be title. So that is the way it should match. Okay, so that is the way it should match. Now if you just save it, that is the reason it's getting failure. That is the way you can understand, right, whether pass or fail. Now if you want to generate the result here, if you go to the console is nothing displayed actually, right? And the output, because you do not want to print anything here. If you try to print something here, the title you can also print it out. So say page dot title, right? And so because we are directly validating it, there is no point of printing anything. Page dot url. Okay, so that is the way you can do. Now it should match. Okay, now let's try to save the code and again try to run it using testng.xml file, and definitely for the Chrome browsers. You could able to see it will be faster now because all the browsers already installed in the project. What is relevant for the Playwright to run it? Now it is opening the Chrome browsers. It is opening the page, entering the user ID password, clicking on that, and it got passed here, right? And if you go to the console, you'll be able to see that title and the page. Now you can have another assertions. So this is the URL I already know. So what I can do, I can do something called sr equals here in page dot URL. I can give the value here. Okay, then I can try to run it again. Now I already executed using TestNG for the Chrome browser. Now if you refresh the project, and you could able to see the test output folder got generated, and if you go to the emailable report, you could able to see that beautiful report here. Open with web browser, right? You could see beautiful report. One got passed and one right executed, one passed. So this is the Playwright Java TestNG POM test. This is the test, right? Okay, this is the package, this is the method name, this is the class name, this is the method name. Okay, how many time it's taken? 2064 millisecond, right? That is the way you can get the desired result also using TestNG with the default result. Okay, now let's try to go to here TestNG, and you could able to see, right? This is the suite name. What is the suite name we have given? Playwright Java TestNG POM suite. This is the test name. This is the package name, com.training.testcases.class name, and this is the method name. Right? That is the way I can do it. Now, in case I want to run for the other browser, let's run it one by one. Okay. So I already ran for Edge, Chrome. I will run for Edge now. So I simply use that switch statement and need to give the value from there directly. In case you change it to message, the switch case value, you need to change it also here, also message. So that is the way. Whatever you want to do, you can change it accordingly. Now you can try to execute using Edge. So you will see it will try to execute using Edge browsers. It is opening the Edge browsers, opening the page, entering the admin password value, and you are successful. Right? This is the output coming, and this is also successful. Okay. Now if I want to run for other browser, say Edge I already done, I want to run for Chromium browser. Let's see, in case some code need to be changed, I can also change it for the Chromium browser, right, in case it's not working. So let's run for Chromium browser here. Let's run it. So you can try to, once it is designed, we can just simply change the URL value or the test case accordingly, and we can run it accordingly for all the browser. Later we can see how we can do the parallel distributed testing as well. So you can do it, no need to worry about it. Okay, you could see it's executed using Chromium browser. Now if you want to execute it using say other browser called Firefox, okay, let's change it here, Firefox. Simply let's execute it. It will open the Firefox browser, and it will execute the same thing. It will open the URL, it will enter the email as admin and password as admin123. Click on the login button and verify the title and the URL, current URL, and it will success, right? Now last one what is remaining is called WebKit. Also I can validate with the WebKit browser as well. So these are the 5 supported browser. Playwright, I can check it. Now it will try to open the WebKit browser as well. Okay, you could see WebKit browsers. It will enter the URL admin email and password field, and it is passing. Now in case nothing is available here as a browser this 5 time, if you are using any other string which is not available here, so it will show that illegal argument exception. Let's give it something. Okay, instead of WebKit I can give something called I, right, or Internet Explorer. But that case is not Explorer, right? Internet Explorer. But that value is not able because that is not a supported browser, right? So let's run it. Or if you give a message, but here case in the it was age only, so it will also not work. So it will give you the error showing that exception whatever you have customized, right? We have customized. You could see it's showing the error. What is the error? Like, let's copy it and let's paste it here. Okay, what is the error coming? Please provide a valid browser name: Chrome, Edge, Chromium, Firefox, or WebKit. It is same error is coming. Illegal argument exception, whatever we had declared using throw keyword. So that is the custom error we can declare. It's coming from the java.lang package. Okay. Now here we can change it again to Edge or Chrome. Now if you want to fail some test cases, what you can do, you can Playwright, you can go here, you can give it to orange space HRM, right? So it will fail. Okay, now again try to run it using TestNG for the Chrome browser. It will fail the test cases. Okay, because validation is not successful. What is the error? You could see expected orange space HRM, but it's coming as orange HRM, right? Found. Now if you want to get the like result here in the TestNG default report, you can refresh the project. You can go to the test output folder. There's emailable report.html. You can try to run as, sorry, you can try to open with, right? You can go to the web browser. You could see this is your like should name, one out of fail, and this is the fail method name. What was the failure reason? It's also coming. Okay, what expected orange space HRM, but coming orange without space HRM. So that is the way you can also generate the report, right? Now I think there is options available called like skip failed XML. So from here also you can try to run it. So let's correct it here and let's save the code. and now try to run it from here. TestNG fail hyphen XML. You could see you can run it from here. So only whatever failed test case will be there, those you can able to run it. Okay, instead of running from TestNG XML files. So in case you are having 20 test case fail, and if you want to run, and out of which maybe 2 test case got failed, right? 20 test cases there, 2 test cases got failed. Instead of running all the test cases again and again, if you want to run only the failed test case, it is possible to run it from the testng hyphen fail.xml file. So only it will run the failure test case, not the past test case. That is the way I can save the time, because I do not want to run my past test case again and again. Instead of that, I want to fix my code and I want to run only the failed test. So that is the way I can save the time in the overall execution. So now, what is the way I have written the framework using the page object model design pattern? First, I have created a new project. Okay, Maven project with the help of the relevant group ID and artifact ID. So what is the preconditions for the page object model design pattern with Playwright Java TestNG? You would require Java to install any version beyond 1.11, and one installation is done. You need to set the Java path and home variable. You need to install Eclipse, right? You need to install also you need to go to the maven repository.com folder to add the Playwright Java library, and you also require to install Eclipse market TestNG from the Eclipse marketplace. After that, you need to create a project, Maven project, where you need to give the relevant group ID, artifact ID. Okay, after that, you need to go to the pom.xml file where you need to add the Playwright Java main library dependency, latest version, anything version you can give it. So automatically, all the Playwright Java relevant jar files packages will be available to your project. After that, once your Eclipse level right statement is available, you can associate that one by adding the library to the project level, so it will also visible to the project level TestNG. After that, you can have the folder structure created, where you can create couple of packages. Right, in the src main java, you can create a package called com.training.base and com.training.pages, and src test java folder, you can create a package called com.training.testcases. So com.training.base, you can create a class called pagefactory.java, where you can try to declare global create global object or instance for this Playwright browser context and page interfaces. You can create a method for getting the URL and the passing the browser type, and where you can do all the preconditions for different browser like Chrome, Edge, Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit. It will open the new page. After that, you can create a new class for the page whatever you want to deal, and you need to create a constructor. You need to define the variable for that locator techniques. After that, you need to create a relevant method to call all the locator and perform the different operations. And after that, you can create a base class where you can have your whatever pages you created. You can create the object code instance as along with the page interface, and you can implement the before class and after class, right? And where definitely you need to have all the parameters as well. So before class will always open the new page every time. It will load the URL, and after class will close all the browsers or context whatever open right during execution by the Playwright object or instance at the class level. After that, you can have your test cases, and in case you are having multiple test cases, you can give the priority. You can give the proper name of the proper name of the proper method of the test cases as well, and you can call all those method whatever written using the object or instance created for the relevant class. And you can try to print something required, and you can try to have some assertions also. And then last part is that you need to convert the project to the testng, and there will be test.xml file be generated. So you can have n number of classes inside that under the classes tags. You can have your suitable suit name. You can have suitable test name. You can have the classes tag class name dot the package name of the class name. And as we are parameter the testing, you can give the parameter name and the current value. Like where we have used application URL, and we are giving the URL also, and we are using browser type, and you can give the browser type. So whatever browser type you already defined in the browser factory, we can change the browser name here in the test.xml file, and we can try to execute with all the available browsers whatever already installed in your system. So that is the way, like this is the first part, like how we can try to set up the project using Playwright Java test engine, the page object model. We'll be creating a couple of more videos so that you'll be getting more complete knowledge how to deal with the page object model design pattern in Playwright Java and test engine. That's all from today's session, guys. Thank you.